welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And with me now, I've got Cathy McAleer. How you doing, Cathy?
I'm doing good, thanks. Thanks for the invite on.
Oh, honestly, absolute privilege. And as I say, you're hard to pin down, girl, I tell you.
Yeah. Whenever you're preparing for a fight, it's non-stop training, and if you're not training, you're told to sleep. And I also obviously run my own business too, so you're juggling a wee bit.
No, as I say, honestly, it's lovely to have you on. You know, happy birthday for the other day. I know.
Yeah, we'll celebrate after this fight. We'll keep the celebrations hopefully till afterwards. No cake for me.
Yeah, yeah. Hold back on the cake. But yeah, Cathy, where did it all begin for you? You know, obviously it didn't start with boxing. It's gone further back than that. When did you sort of get into the fight game, as it were?
I suppose started way back. Whenever I was very young, I was always sporty. I always wanted to do sport. I was more interested in sport than I was schoolwork. And I remember my dad used to always say to me, "How are you ever going to get a job? All you want to do is kick a football." So we used to laugh about this. Well, I used to laugh, he didn't. And I started playing football. I played soccer. I played Gaelic County football for Down Ladies football team. I was on the first ever Down Ladies Gaelic football team for ladies. And then in the local park with Northern Ireland, there's different religions. I was wearing a uniform in the wrong park. I got beat up. I was very quiet and timid. And that's never my parents decided, let's put her into a self-defense and martial arts. And I got put into karate in the local youth club, Rosario Youth Club, with a gentleman called Terry Boyle. And he instructed me from I was 8, and still even today he would help me. He phones me about the boxing training and encourages me to keep going. And I won two world titles with Terry. He then introduced me to the kickboxing instructor, and Kellie Maloney, and he says, "Cathy, I reckon you could be good at full contact." So he took me down to kickboxing. I still stay with Terry doing the karate. I run the Northern Ireland team. I was coach for Northern Ireland team for 7 years. I opened my own 2 schools in karate. So martial arts has been a massive part of my life since no age. And then I got involved in the kickboxing, took the kickboxing on. Was there 12 and a half years. I won the world title in kickboxing with Billy Murray. Turned professional in K1 just towards the end of the career, and then drew for a K1 world title. And it was a good match in the Ulster Hall in Belfast, a great venue against a French girl, and waited for about 3 years for the rematch, and it didn't happen. Lost a wee bit of heart, and then I was asked, "Why don't you try boxing?" And I thought, why not? A fourth world title shot would be brilliant. I couldn't get that opportunity of the rematch with K1, so I thought, why not? I've always wanted to box. I've always loved watching it, and I thought, yeah, give it a go. So that's where I am today.
Well, you summed it up pretty well. Who was your sort of inspirations then growing up? You say you've always liked boxing. Was there anyone in particular you like to watch?
In the boxing, whenever I used to be a child, me and my dad used to sit down and watch Frank Bruno, Barry McGuigan. I think because Barry McGuigan was from Northern Ireland, I always thought, wow, look what he's doing. And one thing that I always looked at was he didn't stop in the ring. He constantly moved. He never stopped. And I remember watching him win like many fights and thinking, wow, look at that guy's done for Northern Ireland. And he was a big inspiration to me from a very young age. And obviously Tyson and all the big names that you always followed. It wasn't known for females. It was very shunned upon, even whenever I fought in karate. My dad never came watching me. He said women shouldn't fight. It basically wasn't seen as something like females should do. So I suppose whenever I was always competing, there wasn't as many females that maybe do it now. And today it's really changed, as you see with Kitty Taylor and Nicola Adams and Terry Harper. You can name so many of them. There's so many great fighters out there now. Natasha Jones. Are really changing it and making the changes, and that's all happened from the pioneers before Kitty Taylor and all. There's so many pioneers that are forgotten about. Deirdre Nelson, my goodness, can name loads, and they really they were in the nitty-gritty of it, trying to fight for it, and then all of a sudden it's starting to change, and now you can see the ladies are getting the benefit from it now for all the hard work that was done in the past.
Yeah, the mad thing that you said in there was the fact that you said your dad never came and watched you fight, but he was the one that got you involved in fighting in the first place.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny story. He thought martial arts was self-defense, and then he realized about week 3 and I was coming home going, yeah, I was punching, I was kicking, and he went, what? And I said, yeah, I'm going to enter the competition next week. And he went, no, you're not. He goes, you're not fighting. And I says, Mom, I love it. And she goes, let her do what she wants to do. And he's never came to a fight ever in his life. He's never seen me fight. And then my instructor actually phoned him at my world title fight in the Odyssey Arena, because it was live on Sky, and said, Mr. Macleer, I've got ringside tickets. And he said, he didn't believe that I hadn't fighted him. And he says, I think there'll be enough people watching her tonight. And the coach went, you were actually serious? And I says, yeah, he doesn't. He probably does want to see his daughter, 1, fight in a ring, and 2, he just thought, women shouldn't really fight.
Yeah. Well, as you were saying, you look at the times now, the female division's on fire, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You were reeling off some names. There's some absolute cracking fights to be had in the women's division. And it's just, to be fair, when you look at sort of Eddie Hearn and those sort of people really putting that platform for the ladies now, and rocketed, isn't it? And I know there's a lot of other promoters now starting to join in and push those ladies through the system. And you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. These fantastic athletes have got, just everything. They've got everything to match the men, except the 3-minute rounds. We'll get into that, but
there's some great skill out there and some determination, and they put the work rate in. They put in the same training, the same work, the same effort, and maybe don't get the same pay, same recognition, but it's starting to turn. It's starting to slowly turn, and people are actually enjoying watching it. Maybe because 2-minute rounds is so fast and furious, and you have to get in and get the work done. Whereas in the men's 3 minutes, you have that time to judge, sit back, wait. Whereas in the ladies, you have to go, and if you lose a round, it's very hard to get it back again, because the 4 rounds are gone unless you're fighting a 6 or a 10-round fight. Yeah,
that's the thing, isn't it? I think it's because, like you were saying, that excitement, isn't it? You've got, from the word go, you've literally got to go. There's no hanging about. There's, and that's more pressure as well on the ladies, to be honest. The training's got to be right. Everything's got to be right to hit the ground running. And
that's right.
Yeah, I'll tap my hat off to you, and shout out to your dad who got you involved in it in the first place, even if he didn't really mean it in that way.
Oh yeah, no, he knows to do it now, and he would always double check in with the sisters how to get on or how to go. So yeah, that's it's funny. Like, it's a funny story now.
So Cathy, when did you turn pro for boxing? When did you?
It would be 2018, 2021, but just come up 3 years now. Yeah, and I started boxing about 3 years ago. Yeah.
And you've had your 5 fights, 4 wins, 1 knockout. You're on a.
Yeah.
I know. Last time out, it didn't quite go your way.
Yeah.
But you've got a fight coming up, 26th of June, around that time. Hopefully, all going well. Yeah. Big times ahead. So.
Yeah.
Do you know your opponent yet? Or.
They're still negotiating opponents at the minute. I think with COVID, it's so hard because there's so much testing, so much restriction, who can travel, who can't. So no, they have that under control, but they kind of keep it from me until everything's signed, finalized, done. Because if they give you a name and then it changes, then your head changes. So Kelly knows I like just training, doing my own thing in my own head. Let her and the coach worry about that, and then they basically get me ready for the fight. I'm quite happy to trust who's coaching me to know how I need to prepare and what way game plan we're going to fight, and then let's see how it goes. In previous fights, I've had an opponent named and that opponent's pulled out, and I've had another opponent named. So Kelly now knows. I just like to know at the end, once it's all confirmed, finalized, done, we know it's signed and it's happening, then send it across to me. So yeah, that's all in hand with the promoter and my manager, obviously. So I'm really looking forward to it. 26th of June, 2 weeks time in Alicante in Spain. So it should be good.
So you can sort of fully focus once you know all the details. You haven't got to sort of, as you say, change, look around. It's kind of, that's who
Said
I'm
you can
playing
be looking at one opponent in their style, and then a week later it can, yeah. So it's good to, I just get on with my training, worry about what I'm doing. Everything's on course for myself in terms of your training, your food, your sleep, your fitness. And I'm more than happy with what's happening at present. So yeah, but it should be a good event, and I am really looking forward to it.
Well, and as I say, you've got one of the best promoters in your corner in Kellie Maloney. Been around a long time. She'll hate I say that, but she's she's been around a long time. She knows a lot of people. Probably one of the best people to have.
Yeah, she is indeed. After my last fight in Sheffield, I actually went out and stayed with Kelly for a couple of weeks in Portugal. Amazing place. She made me feel very welcome. We get on like a house on fire. So we've known each other all our life. And I couldn't ask for a better manager, and a female, manager at that too, which is great. Really driving female sport on, and she's learning too, because female sport wasn't big in her day. So it's changing, and she's learning about how the females 2 minutes and who the main names are and so on. So it's a new challenge for Kelly too at the same time.
So how do you mentioned the 2 minute rounds there? How do you feel about the 2 minute rounds? Do you like doing the 2 minute rounds, or would you prefer to do the 3 to kind of get that equality?
Yeah, it's hard to say, because in the kickboxing I would have done 3. Whenever I'm training in the gym, I do 3. So whenever I'm sparring the guys in the gym at the minute, I'm doing 3. Or if I'm doing bag work, you're doing 3. And then whenever you go in to do the 2, you basically can do them at ease. Then you're not out of breath, you're not feeling tired. So there's thought process behind two methods. Sometimes the 2 minutes can go so quick and so fast and furious, and one small wee thing can upset the whole fight. I like both. I like it, the fast and furious and going for it. But I also have the experience of the kickboxing where you're fighting for the 3 minutes, and you're wee bit longer time to suss the opponent out. You've longer time to give to it. I like both. I do like both, but I do see a lot of women go, why is it not the same as the men, and it should be the same, and so on. But I think it adds a bit of value and a bit of excitement to the fight, and people want to watch it because it's non-stop. There's no downtime of people just dancing around the ring. They're going for it. The ladies go for it.
Yeah, oh blimey, they do. I'm going to be honest. I love watching some of the females fight, and some of them are fantastic. And they're paving the way for the next generation coming through. And then it goes up another level again, and that's when we're just going to see it grow and grow. And there's no stopping it now, is there? And
it's only just kicking. It's only really just starting to kick off now, and if they can get the right fights and the right fights televised, then it should really take off.
But a big shout out to you as well. As I say, you knew I was going to drop this in, being Northern Ireland's only professional female boxer. That's pretty amazing.
I couldn't believe it whenever I first was told that basically I was the only female professional fighter. I didn't know that whenever I started boxing. And the amount of amateur boxers coming through that I know in the local community that are good and talented, it's going to be amazing for them. By the time they transfer, some of them want to do the Olympics, some of them want to finish out their amateur career and then move on into it. So their talent is going to be outstanding, and it's all going to be ready for them. It's all going to be set up, and it's going to be brilliant for them. So it is. But yeah, I'm privileged to be Northern Ireland's only female professional, and a lot of the local amateurs have helped me a lot. Caitlin Friars has been sparring me non-stop every week. A professional from down south, Christina McMahon, she was a world professional champion. So I've been driving to Monaghan. She's been coming up to me. I can't thank her enough. She's been great, and it's good to spar females, because sometimes if you're sparring the men all the time, it's a wee bit different. The females come at you and go for it, where some of the men will sit back and want to take it easy and judge you, and maybe they're a bit reluctant to get stuck in because you're a female too. But the females go for it. So the 2 ladies have been amazing this camp for me.
Well, yeah, and as I say, what a future you're going to have. You've got a great promoter. You've got, as you say, almost that pressure on your shoulders as being the only Northern Ireland professional boxer, but at the same time exciting because you're paving the way. And
that's it. It's exciting. to hold this position. And yeah, with my fighting experience, hopefully it'll encourage more to say, yeah, I want to give it a go. And yeah, they can do it. It is for women too, and women can give it a go as well. And they'll be accepted in the clubs. A lot of people think boxing clubs is just for men, but you actually go in, they're the nicest people you can meet, and some of the friendliest clubs I've been in all over. I've had the lucky to basically go and travel and see some of the clubs in Guildford, in London, in Birmingham, and it's been great. I've met so many lovely people.
The boxing community is great, and everyone, you know, wants to help each other and sort of bring each other into the sport and encourage each other along. And yeah, absolute pleasure having you on, Cathy. You know, so I know you're busy, and your business as well. Your business is booming and going well. So
it's been not too bad with COVID. It was a bit strange because obviously the studio was closed, so I had to take it online. So I basically had to set up a brand new business. So I literally set up an app and contacted companies. So I take like staff classes, lunchtime classes.
Yeah.
So like for example, Herbert Smith and Freehill, their global team from America, London, Dublin, Belfast come on at 12:30. I take them for a 30-minute hit session. The staff get to train while they're working from home, back to work. It's for their well-being, feel good, de-stress from work, and then they go back to work. And plus, I was able to grow a new kind of side to my business from studio to online, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been great. It has been good. It's been strange at the start teaching to a screen and not having any feedback back from the person. And then as time went on, it got easier and easier. And I thought, right, okay, this is okay. We can do this. And then thankfully the studios reopened for one-to-one. So it's basically back into work there doing a one-to-one with usual clients and seeing them back, and it's great. Helping them through. Some people do it for fun, some fitness, some mental health, some for illness. And everybody has a story. Everybody's doing fitness for a reason, to make them feel good in some way or another. So it's a great industry to be in.
Yeah, the fact that you get to absolutely shatter someone out for on their lunch break.
They always say to me, remember, we're not in fight mode. Just because you are doesn't mean we are. And I laugh. I go, if I'm in fight mode suffering, you're suffering.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Remind me to never come on one of yours.
Yeah, they're good. They do support me in the fights too, and they get behind me. I'm really lucky. The Belfast support's unreal. And they come behind me any fight. A lot of them would travel. A lot of them traveled to Aston Villa. The last fight, you would have thought I was fighting in Belfast whenever I came out to the hall. The crowd and the support in Aston Villa was unbelievable, and it was a great weekend across. Obviously the Sheffield one in the car park, you were delighted crowd. We just had cars in the car park beeping horns. It was different. It was so strange. And then this one in Spain, I don't think there'll be a big crowd in it. I think it'll be like limited numbers. But hopefully they're talking about streaming it. They're talking about streaming it on YouTube, I think. So
okay, good.
I'll put it up on my social media as soon as I find out the details. But it'll hopefully be able to be followed, and soon hopefully we're allowed crowds back into boxing.
Yeah. No, as soon as you get a link, text it over to me, and I can put it out as well, and get loads of people watching it. As I say, it's lovely to meet you, because you know I've when you like look up boxers and you do some research on them, and you think, wow, this woman's something special. You know, the stuff you've achieved, the way you've just, you know, reinvented your business through lockdown to put it out there. It's not easy. No. You know, you get knocked back, and some people really struggle, and some people disappear, and you've just kept on fighting the whole time. And I think that's a real credit to you as a person.
So. Thank you. It has been difficult, and then get into clubs, and basically the boxing clubs close, and no one in the club training. You're on your own. It's been a tough time for all boxers. All boxers have probably found this COVID time really, really tough, because usually you go into the club and there might be a few amateurs, there might be a few professionals with you, and then all of a sudden it was just one-on-one because all the restrictions and so on. So it's been really tough for a lot of boxers. Yeah, it has been, but you know what, we're getting through it, and hopefully the vaccinations are being rolled out quick, and everybody adheres, and we get on with it, and hopefully we get back to a bit of normality soon.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I look forward to watching your fight when I get a stream, and yeah, it'd just be great to see you fight, Cathy. Keep doing what you're doing. I think you're an absolute star, and you know,
thank you.
Give our love to Kelly as well. You know, she's doing a great job. And,
she's meeting me right there, and she's driving down from Portugal as far as I know to Spain. This is my last hard week of training, and then obviously the week after you start tapering off and start relaxing. So I've got a busy week ahead this week with training, sparring partners, and so on. And then the week after, then it's a bit of downtime, relaxing, and get ready, and travel out. Obviously, travel out to the event itself. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with Kelly and getting this one done. Yeah.
And then you can have some cake afterwards when you've won.
Have some birthday cake afterwards. Kelly better have cake after the fight ready. Having some of the minute. Kelly loves cake. And I always laugh and go, no chocolate. She goes, I'm glad you don't live with me. You're too disciplined.
That's just teasing, isn't it? That's just she's trying to help you with your drive and your determination to break you having any cake. But I'm sure that's really helpful.
Do as I say, not as I do. She says to me, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
nice. She's had her time of training and so on. Now she's just enjoyed herself.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, as I say, Cathy, absolute pleasure having you on. And text it over when you get the link. And definitely be supporting you 100%. I think you're
brilliant, Joe. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And you take care.
Cheers. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you very much. Cathy McAleer. Northern Ireland's only female professional boxer. And what a star she is. She's won world honours in kickboxing and karate. Brilliant. Absolute brilliant athlete. I wish her all the best in her career. Currently 5 fights, 4 wins, 1 knockout. Can't wait to see what she can do. As I say, she's fighting in Spain at the end of the month. Wish her all the best. And a big shout out to Kellie Maloney as well. Top promoter. So get behind them, support them, show them some love. And if you've enjoyed this video, head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much.
Are you ready?